Record. Okay. Hi guys. So welcome to tonight's Emerald Call. We're super excited to have you guys here. It is the first Tuesday of April. And we host these calls every single Tuesday right before the team call for anyone who is a new coach, or if you're trying to reach Emerald, if you have somebody that's interested in the coaching opportunity, or you're trying to help your coach reach Emerald. This is a great call to lead them to, so that they can get a little bit more information on how to kind of jumpstart their business and some key easy ways to do that. So really quickly, my name is Annie. I am a mom of 3 boys. I am Patrick's sister. He has 2 sisters, but I'm the middle child. And I live in upstate New York. And I was introduced to these programs back in 2008, Shakeology, P90X. And I really got into the business side of coaching. I love the products. I like the programs. In 2012, when I had my second son. And I went on unemployment, and then I really quickly understood kind of what my mom kept talking about the safety net of this business, of the residual income of this business, of the ability to kind of grow this business from anywhere, for any time. And that kind of clicked with me. And when she told me, get to Emerald, ASAP, I listened to her. I just was like, okay, I'm going to get to Emerald. So I signed up my husband and I signed up my cousin. And that kind of really started my own confidence in the business, because now I had 2 people that were kind of doing this with me. I knew how to, help somebody with one of the programs or the products. And I was also that next level in the business, which is Emerald. So if you guys don't know what Emerald is, I just made I'll show you guys my diagram, but basically it's just you signing up as a coach with 50 PV, and then you have personally sponsored 2 people. So for me, it was my husband and it was my cousin. And my cousin didn't really want to do the business at the time, but she did it for the programs and the products. And she's still to this day a coach, and she's lost over 100 pounds. So we're going to kind of talk to you about never assume that somebody won't want to do this, because it could really, truly change their life for the better, like it did for mine. I am over a 6-figure earner. I've been making 6 figures since 2015. So I am so grateful for this opportunity, because it's not only given me more time with my boys, it's given me financial freedom. I've been able to take my husband on a cruise and all these great things, just because I listened to my coach and I was like, I'm going to do these steps that she's telling me to do. And it kind of really helped me learn and understand the business. So my coach is my mom, and she's on here, Beth Reelman, and she's kind of just share her story a little bit with you guys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Beth Reelman, and I've been a coach for about 9 years. And as Andrea said, it's kind of a family business. It started out as how I got started was our son, Andrea's brother. He played lacrosse in college, and then he became a CPA after college, and he gained 30 pounds, and he was searching for something, a little depressed at night, looking for something to fill the void besides working about 60 hours a week. And he came across P90X, and so he started working out with it. And then he told one of his college lacrosse buddies about it, and he said, hey, do you know there's an actual coaching opportunity to this? It's a network marketing business. And he had no idea. And basically there was no training, and he just told him, all you need to do is sign up 2 people. So that's the basis of our call here. It's get to Emerald, because there's 2 ways to earn in this business. And the first way to earn is as when you sign up for a coach for basically $17 a month, you run your own business, and you get a 25% discount on your products, and you earn a 25% commission on anything that you sell to your customers. But the second way to earn is when you get to Emerald. So that's what this call is going to be about. So that's all basically Patrick knew, was get to Emerald, because then you get a little piece of everyone you sign up. So you sign up 2 people. When they sign up people, as your team grows, you get like a 5% of what everybody else does in the business. And that is what Andrea was talking about, the residual income. So he actually had us all work out as a family together. We were doing P90X, core synergistics, if anybody knows, like Superman Banana, and we were all like banging into each other on the living room floor, and we just were giggling and laughing. And then we got up and he got his computer out and he said, "Mom, you're going to be my coach." And I'm like, "What's that? I don't even know what it is. You're my son. You want me to do it. So this is part of what we're going to tell you to do. Like, ask your family for help." I said, "What do you need me to do?" He said, you've just got to sign up to be a coach. Back then, it's kind of like the challenge packs that most of you know about. But we would get DVD workouts, and then you would have like Shakeology. So I'm like, "Sure. All right." And then he said, "All you have to do is get 2 people." And so I turned to my husband, signed him up, signed up my sister. And then I opened up the second way to earn. And then my husband and I proceeded to do P90X and drink Shakeology. We weren't in shape. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know how to invite anyone. We knew to get to Emerald. And these are all the excuses you hear from all your people. And it's just like, you just do it. And then you invite people. And the first person that actually paid attention was my sister-in-law, because I lost 7 pounds in the first month. And then she said to me, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm drinking Shakeology, I'm meal replacement, and I'm doing these workouts, and I've lost 7 pounds." She goes, and then like the next month I see her again, and she's like, "Now I lost another 4 pounds." And then she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm working out, I'm drinking Shakeology. What it really did for me was cut my sugar cravings. I was like a sugar nut at night, and it got rid of that craving, and it fed my body what it needed. And then she joined me, and then my sister, and actually Andrea, joined after that too, because her husband and her weren't working out. And then I lost 11 pounds. My husband lost 30 pounds. He got off cholesterol medicine. I dropped mine down. And then they were like, "We're not going to let our parents sit here and get in shape." And then Andrea and Chuck went crazy.
Yeah, so that's like the main point is, never discount anybody, because, I was watching my mom, my aunt was watching my mom, the same thing with me. I had people that were watching me. They saw that I was slowly losing, 10, 20, like my baby weight. And so they're going to keep watching you and asking, "What are you doing?" That same thing I've always been doing. "What are you doing?" That same thing I've always been doing. And so the people who are, closest to you are the ones that obviously are going to see that right away. So we're going to show you a little bit about the warm market. And then our team does a great job of like connecting with social media and the cold market, because obviously there's so many people out there that you can connect with. But really, you don't discount your warm market, because they can be people that immediately will start to join you because they're your family or they're your friends, So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're just going to go over this quick. Share. Okay. All right. Can you see that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll increase it a little bit. Okay. So and you obviously don't need to be tech savvy. Here we go. Okay. So, and like my mom said, I went to school to be a teacher. I knew nothing about network marketing. I didn't even really know that what I was getting into was network marketing and MLM. I just believed in the programs or products. I shared about it, and then slowly I kind of learned as I went. So it's very different than you going to college for 4 years and then coming out and having a career. This is like you learn as you go. So as you hit Emerald, you learn. As you get your first challenger, you learn. As you hit that rank of diamond, you learn, which is diamond level is no different than hitting Emerald. It's just you've now helped a little bit more people. So is this the main slide that you want me to? So don't think that you have to have all the answers or know everything to be able to start right away. Okay, so this is kind of what my mom and I were talking about before. It's basically, why is this being so weird? Can you see that? Okay. So it's you. So you've signed up with a challenge pack for 50 PV, or, you know, a lot of people order the All Access on demand with the Shakeology. And then it's basically signing up your, what we would like to call a controlled business center. It's somebody that you have control over. So like your spouse or maybe your mom. And if you can do you plus two. So you, and then you can put your credit card on somebody that you live with or your spouse. So the first person I signed up was my husband because it helped me get to Emerald. I was able to control it. And we'll explain a little bit more why you want to do that, number one. And then it's just signing up.
The credit card can go on your parents, your spouse, or your children if they're 18 or older. So what she was saying, you plus two is with a credit card. Those are the people that you could. So if you got your mom, you know, you could actually put your credit card on her account.
Yep. And then basically, like my mom said, she signed up, I think my dad, and then she signed up her sister-in-law, and that got her immediately to Emerald. So these are the benefits of why you want to hit Emerald. So number one, it gives you credibility with the company. So instead of that, you know, them looking at you as just a coach, they're like, now you've ranked to Emerald. You've helped two people. So Beachbody recognizes their Emerald coaches. It's like a stepping stone for them. So when you hit what we call Success Club every month, you help 3 people a month with a challenge pack, and you're an Emerald, Beachbody now gives you free customer leads. So people that go on and order, you know, on demand or Shakeology or the beach bars or the programs, they are assigned to somebody who is an Emerald coach. And you'd be very surprised. There are so many people that go on and know about these programs and products. So just over the span of the, you know, 6 or 7 years that I've actually been doing this, I have I don't even know, thousands and thousands of customers that are continuously ordering. And so that's really cool that they do that. They also give you.
That also brings up another point. Like if you're a coach and sometimes you're shy to share that you're a coach, you'll be talking to people, but you don't actually kind of seal the deal. You'll just kind of say you're doing BOD or Beachbody on Demand, or you're drinking Shakeology. And if you don't share with them that you're a coach and that you can help them and that you run challenge groups, they'll Google it. And then they'll go and you won't be their coach, and they'll be on a lead wheel and somebody else will get them. So you need to, you know, speak up, share with your family, share with your warm market to start, let them know you're running a business and that you'd like to help them. You have challenge groups, and, you know, get them at least a free Beachbody account, you know, if nothing else, to get them connected to you so that they don't go off and maybe order something.
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of people that you're talking to are going to already be like, oh, I didn't even know I have a coach, because they automatically assign them. So make sure that you're saying that, like my mom said. The other thing is it gives you're starting to build a team. So we have what's called the Boom Fam. So a lot of coaches have different teams, and then we have the Boom Fam, which is all Emerald and above. So we put you in that group on Facebook. We give you, you get a shout out, and then you're kind of with the people who are actively building their business. And it has great group for resources. Starts the team cycling, which we'll go into. Mom, you can explain that. And then the other thing I talked about with the Success Club points is, so we just got back from a free cruise that we earned as coaches. I took my husband with me, and when you help 3 people a month and you're an Emerald coach, you can start to earn what they call like Cancun or cruise dollars towards a free trip. So we went on an all-inclusive cruise. We got to bring somebody. So right now in April, when you hit Emerald and you help people with challenge packs, those are considered, they're going to Punta Cana next year. So you can get on the wait list and you can earn these free trips. So I've gone on a lot of Beachbody. I've been on like 7 different trips with people. I think I've gone on more. I think Joe's on here, but my brother's coach, like we kid all the time. Like I think I travel more with him for Beachbody than like sometimes my family. But it's cool. It's like a free earned trip that you get, and they're so much fun. You get to meet the team. It's a stepping stone, and then it's your the second way to earn, which is it opens up that 5% team bonus that you get from you start to build your team. And that's the part that creates the financial freedom, the endless opportunities of being able to earn more with coaching. So you want to explain that, Mom? Which one do you want?
Okay. We'll do it quick.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're talking about this residual income, and that's why we say ASAP, like get to Emerald, so that you start accumulating the volume. And the volume is just people buying products. So when you log on to your Team Beachbody account, every product has a PV value. So a challenge pack has a certain PV value, and basically it's like you need to be active and your 2 coaches need to be active, and they only need 50 PV. So you can look at product. You want me
to share it? Okay.
Yeah. So, So basically, once you sign up, 1 person on your left leg and 1 person on your right leg. The PS means it's like your personally sponsored person. And then what will happen is your coach, it's all simple duplication. So you'll just plug your coaches in to do exactly what you're doing. So then they'll start signing up coaches, and you get a little piece of that. So you can see on the left leg down, the 3rd one down, the coach is signing coaches on their other leg. Those are that coach's people that they signed up, and you get a little piece of that. So in the beginning, like when I started 9 years ago, and like Andrea, we had just ourselves. Then we signed up a coach on each leg. We had 2 coaches, and now our team has grown to like 5,000. So we've been coaches for almost 9 years. So it does take time. That's why we say, never give up. It's basically like a 3 to 5 years to build, and you have the potential to have a 6-figure income within that amount of time. There's no guarantees. Some people work part-time, some people work faster, some quit their jobs, go full-time. You can do whatever you want in this business, and that's the cool thing about it, that you're running a business from your home or anywhere you have internet in pockets of time, and you're building a team. And all it is basically like you commit to signing up with the challenge pack. You get on this call. Now you need to sign up 2 people, and then you just invite them to this call, so then they do the same thing. It's simple duplication. Then everybody has, like, their coaches are running challenge groups. I mean, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just plug them into the challenge groups, and then if you convert them to a coach, they'll be in this downline, and then you'll get a little piece of that. And anybody on your left and right leg, you get there's a formula with the volume points, and it has to do with every person on your left and right leg. The coach is consuming product, and every product has a PV value. So there's like a little formula to figure out the team cycling, and it's anything they purchase themselves, anything they sell to their customers. And then if they convert a customer to a coach, they put it down. It's all, if anybody's below you, they're still going to be below you. I don't know if you want to go into the actual formula, Andrea?
I mean, like, the best way for me, like I said, when I learned this, was that I didn't learn it until I became an Emerald, and then I signed a couple people. But basically, like, this would be your husband, and then let's say you signed up your mom, and then you signed up your cousin Sally, and your cousin Sally was like, I really want to do this business. And so she started to build, and then, you started to, sign coaches. All of them, whatever they order and whatever they sell throughout that week, it all gets pushed up to you on one side for the week. So Thursday to Thursday. And then you get a little 5% commission off of that, whatever they ordered and whatever they sold. Now, obviously, if this person right here is sitting here and they don't become an Emerald, the only way that they can earn is through the 25% commission. You can't earn that 5% unless you become an Emerald. And the cool thing is that if you become Emerald, and you can start to bank the volume as well too. Do you want to go into but basically it's not all your own effort, it's a team effort. And that's the beauty of this business, is that you can only sell so many challenge packs. Like, I think I helped 3 people last month, right? But I created a great income for the month because I have a team that is successful and they're creating, they're building their team. And so it kind of starts out small when you go, but it will grow as you start to grow as a coach.
Yeah, the first year it's pretty much your commission and a little bit of this team cycling or the effort of your team. But over time, it flips, and like Andrea and our paychecks are basically 95% come from the effort of your team, and that's where it gives you the financial freedom, because over time, like we went on a cruise for the week. We didn't necessarily have to work that week. I mean, just being on social media and people seeing that you're on a trip makes, like Andrea, always signs a coach just in that environment, but she's not actually maybe selling a challenge pack that week, because the effort of your team comes every week. And that's that residual income and gives you that financial freedom. And also you can put it in your will. It's a legacy. So it takes time, and that's why we say, don't give up. Give it 3 to 5 years to, you'll really see your team get rolling. Some people do it a little faster because they're inviting 100 people as opposed to like 15 people, or they work more hours, but you can do this business at any pace that you want, but it's all the same, simple duplication, and you just plug them in to like these calls, and we have just basic training.
Yeah. And it all goes back to, like my mom said when she got my aunt's interest, and it's all you being the product of the product. So like you're in your challenge group, you're inviting people, you're drinking your Shakeology, you're sharing about it now on, we have Facebook, we have social media, we have Instagram. We didn't really have that when we started back then. We kind of just used email, but now it's so much easier to kind of share your story, what's working for you, because that's where you're going to find more of like maybe your old friends or your old college roommates, or meet people that you recently have met. Everybody is looking to get healthy. Everybody could use this in their lives, so don't ever discount anybody. There's people on my team that I would never thought would be a coach, and they've asked to be on my team, or when I reached out to them, they said yes, or they, saw me sharing and they said yes. So don't be afraid to share about your journey, because it could truly, truly change somebody's life. So this is a little action plan for you guys, because you can research and you can go on YouTube. YouTube has all the info, and your online office has such great info about it in the training, but you can do all that research unless you actually put action to what you're hearing. It's really not going to happen. So here's some 5 things that we have for you guys. So number 1 is sign up a controlled business center. Just find somebody that can help you, like your spouse or your mom, and just ask them to sign up with a challenge pack. Sign them up as a coach of the challenge pack. They'll get Beachbody On Demand for the year. They will start drinking their Shakeology. They will, if all they have to lose is a little weight, honestly, to help you out. And so that's,
don't be afraid to share with them what this business means to you, and that you really, need their help, and you're going to help them.
Yeah.
And usually, that helps, because you just might not say that to them. You might ask them, they say no, you don't explain it, and then you walk away. And
right. Yeah, like the first person I actually signed up with my husband, and then I asked his parents. I was like, can you please, I think you'd like Shakeology. I think you'd like Beachbody, and at the time it was DVDs, but I just asked them, and they've been a coach for almost 6 years, drinking Shakeology every month, because I just explained to them that this was something that I really wanted to do. My husband was not a huge supporter in the business with me doing it, but I had to prove to him, that I believe in the programs, the products, and he slowly came around, and now he's obviously all in. But make a warm market hot list. So I also like to call this your wedding list. Like, who would you invite to your wedding, right? Like, who do you know that you would invite to your wedding, or your old college friends, or your friends, and explain to them, like, listen, I opened up a business. If I was to open up like a soap shop downtown, you would buy soap downtown. You wouldn't order through me. You wouldn't order it on Amazon, right? So explain that to them, that you've opened up shop. I like to call it the coming out post. Like, come out, say that you know, have a business, and they know to go to you when they hear about the 21-day fix or about Beachbody On Demand, and ask them. The worst that can happen is they say no. That's it. If you don't ask them, I've actually had people that I didn't ask, and they've just signed up with other people, and it sucks so bad because I didn't ask them, and I'm like, oh darn, I wish I asked them. So just ask, share what you're doing. You never know. Yeah, reach out to those people. You know, we kind of underestimate the power of like a phone call these days, you know, we like to text and things, but call your friends, talk to them in person. You know, send that text, reach out to them and just tell them what you're doing. It can be super simple. Like, I just started this amazing program. I'm so excited. You know, I've lost this much weight, and I found this group of people that are doing, you know, amazing positive things. I'd really like you to be a part of it. Can I explain more? That's all you have to say. And if they say yes, then you go up to those next steps. Be the coach that you crave to be. So obviously, like, you know, show up, share your journey, reach, you know, the warm market's great, but there's so much like people out on social media too that could use this. And then believe in yourself. Just believe that you can do it. Like, set an action plan for when you're going to hit Emerald, a date, and hit that. So if you want to be Emerald by next Thursday, you know, sign, or what's today, Tuesday? You could be Emerald by this Thursday. So we rank on Thursday. So find your husband and your cousin. If you have that all in place by Wednesday night at midnight, you are Emerald this Thursday. So I want you to go back, and I want you to tell your coach what your Emerald date is. And that's really important, to hold yourself accountable, because once you hit it, you're like, okay, that was easy. I did it. Right. And then you just kind of move on from there, and it kind of gives you that little bit of boost of confidence too.
And the cool thing about this business is when you do get to Emerald, that's everything there is to do in this business. It's just doing more of it. It's just, you sign them up, you put them on your left leg, you put them on your right leg, you convert, then plug them into these calls so that they, you don't have to explain everything. That's why we have these calls and we have the trainings, and you just plug them in and say, just take a peek what this is. And also military, once they signed up, say with a challenge pack, their coach fees waived if you're active military or if you're a veteran. So that's pretty cool. So they don't have to pay the coach fee.
So in the chat box, I want you guys to say your Emerald date. Type it in there. I want to see it. And then this is also the link for the team call. So thank you guys so much. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask, like, come and find us on Facebook, or you can just send us a message. We're always happy to help. The merrier.
And if you stay on this call, okay, well, Pat.
Yeah, stay on this call.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mom.
Well, Pat, they were going to have Kate Morgan on the call, and she's going to go over residual income, which kind of parlays right into what we've been talking about. So it might be over some people that are just thinking about joining or are brand new coaches, but you just have to hear the same thing over and over and over.
All right.
All right, I'm going to grab the...
Yep. It's all yours. I just sent it over.
All right, sweet. I'm just going to do a little recognition here quick. All right, sweet.
Oh, I called her Morgan.
All right. Little recognition here. So we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Man, I think we had over 100 coaches last month that hit Success Club 10 or above. So I'm not going to read all the names here, but I think that was like a new record for us, over 100 in March. So Success Club 10 is when you help at least 5 people a month get started with a challenge pack. So over 100 coaches that did that. And then during the month, we helped over 1,000 new people get started. So as a collective, as a team, all the coaches helped over 1,000 new people get started with a challenge pack, whether that was a new coach or a new customer. And then as far as like top sponsors last month, so we had with 5 coaches sponsored last month. So 5 coaches. So these are the coaches that helped 5 people get started. We got Celine Bacardi, Jonah Lynn, Caitlin Walsh, Kelsey Connor, Megan Wortham, and Sean Wortham. Then with 6 coaches started, we got Amy Reelman, Chloe Gambrell, Leanna Viscarando. With 7, we got Maddie Fenton, Martha Stewart, and Olivia Taylor. With 9, we got Kate McGinty. With 12, we got Cassie Schmelzinger and Caitlin Teft. With 18, we got Kate Schultz. With 19, we got Ashley Feld-Dyson. And help with 20 coaches signed last month, we got Sydney Thompson. Daniel. And then so this is like the top 20 personal volume points. So these are the coaches that created the top 20 personal volume points from their customer orders. So we got Ashley Feld-Dyson, Kate McGinty, Amy Reelman, Taylor Johnson, Bruce Gestel, Kim Roberts, Brooke Reed, Kate Schultz, Sydney Thompson, Brooke Privet, Pete Reelman in the mix. We got Michaela Bardulkis, Lindsay Redding, Kylie Winay, Bailey Glanzer, Jessica Healthpop, Carrie Steelman-Schmidt, Al Tropiano, Casey Bachlet, and Deborah Flores. And I think that was the last of the recognition just from that. Let me just double check this last thing here. All right, cool. So we're gonna jump into the meat of this call. So we got Kate. I always call her Kate Morgan, but she's married since she became a coach. She's been a coach for I think about 15 months now. I think she signed up like right at the beginning of last year. So Kate is. So I signed up my mom, then my mom signed up Annie, my sister, and then Annie signed up Danielle. Danielle signed up Michelle. Michelle signed up Shauna. Shauna signed up her sister. Shauna's sister signed up Ashley Feld-Dyson. And then Ashley signed up her husband. And then she signed up Kate through her husband. You know, you never get those things right. So I always call Kate like my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter. But the cool thing about this business is, you know, it doesn't matter if a coach is personally sponsored or not. Volume's volume. You know, if a coach is your personally sponsored coach, or if a coach is 7 or 8 levels down, if they have success, it helps you have success. So reaching out to the coaches that are deep down in your business, not just your personally sponsored, and helping them have success leads to more residual income for you. And that's something that Kate has done a great job of, not only bringing in new coaches and helping them have success, but now she's started to build a team that's deep. It's not just her personally sponsored coaches having success. It's her coaches' coaches and her coaches' coaches' coaches, and, you know, that 3rd level, 4th level down. So she's going to talk about kind of the 2 ways you earn as a coach. You know, that the residual income that comes from, you know, your customer orders, but then the customer commission. But then there's the residual income that comes from, you know, the team bonus of building a team that's deep, and kind of the power of that. So I'm going to let Kate do that. So, and also just Kate is, I think she finished in the teens, somewhere in the teens, like in the top 20 last year in the entire company. She's currently ranked number 2 in the entire Beachbody organization, which is pretty amazing. So, and she's going to be a millionaire, like, eventually. She already knows she's going to be in the million club. So Kate, thanks so much for taking the time to get on here and share with us about the power of volume.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Hashtag volume's volume.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. I'm outside at like the club because we don't have Wi-Fi at our house yet. So if my Wi-Fi gets sketchy, just let me know. But I'm super excited to chat with you guys. I'm like nervous because this isn't a topic that I usually talk about. But I did it for my leaders last month and I like shared it with Pat, and Pat was like, yeah, you need to do this for the team. So I'm excited because it's like a newfound passion of mine, with like volume and like, I don't know, just like all the logistics of the compensation plan, I like nerd out over now. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about it, but it's not my typical topic, which makes it fun for me because it's getting me outside my comfort zone. But if you guys have questions, I know like I can try and answer them. But since I am still like kind of a new coach, 15 months in, like Pat is super knowledgeable. Any of the Railmans super knowledgeable about the compensation plan. So they're going to be like your go-to peeps. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm a former teacher and I do better teaching off of slides. So if you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I can go back and answer questions at the end, or I'll check the chat every now and then, but we're going to just dive right into it. Can you see that, Annie? I can see your face. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're going to just chat all about the money, and I'm going to talk to you guys kind of this like 5-step system that when I think about like maximizing income and maximizing volume and all that good stuff, I think about it kind of in 5 steps. So number 1, diamond. Number 2, solid diamond. Number 3, spouse or like a family member. And then number 4, 2-star. Number 5, maxing out CVC. So we're going to break down each of those steps a little bit more. And I'm going to just preface, this might be overwhelming. Like, I'm just going to say, like, this is a lot of information. And if you guys are newer coaches, you're going to be like, what the heck is volume? What does this word mean? But the more you hear it and the more that you listen and you know, be a sponge, the more it's going to make sense. So don't expect to like know exactly what the compensation plan means or what any of this means tonight. Just take the information and absorb as much as you can, and ask questions, and you're going to learn it. I didn't even understand volume until I was like a 1-star. And I was just like, oh, now I fully understand volume. So you're going to get it, but just prefacing, don't stress if you don't get it tonight. Okay. So the first step is diamond. So I always like to think about the ranks in this business. You know, first rank is, well, you sign up as an active coach. Your first rank in the business is emerald, which is really when your business opens, right? You're opening for business when you hit emerald. When you hit diamond, I really believe that's where your business starts. So when I think about emerald, I think about if you're, you know, driving a car, emerald is you putting the key to the ignition, putting in the key to your ignition of your business, right? You put the key in and you're getting ready to start. Diamond is when you turn it on and you start to press the gas. So emerald is a stepping stone, but diamond is really where your business opens. So I suggest getting to diamond as quickly as possible. You guys, it's 8 people and 2 of those people are emerald. So it's 12 people total. So for some reason, we overcomplicate diamond and we think diamond is this really hard thing, and it's not. So think about it. It's 8 people. We all know 8 people that need help with their health and fitness. If you don't know 8 people, go find 8 people on social media, but it's not complicated. And then helping 2 people get to emerald, which a lot of you guys are emeralds and many of you are on your way. So keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Just think about how many people do I need to help change their lives. And that's going to get you the next rank. So diamond is where your business starts. It is not the finish line. So a lot of times people get to diamond and it's such an incredible accomplishment and it's something to truly, truly celebrate, but they stop there and they get comfortable and they hit diamond and they're like, oh, I'm good. But really diamond is where it starts. And diamond is where you constantly need to be replacing because people are going to be going inactive. People are going to quit. People are going to disappear. So you have to make sure that you're continuing to replace, and it is the starting point, not the finish line. Really, 2-star is like you're starting to really gain momentum. So you have to have this long-term vision that diamond is like, you guys need to be running to diamond. If you are interested in making money and like having financial freedom, you need to get your booties to diamond and keep going. Don't stop and get comfortable. So diamond is also where you start to really build volume. So with emerald, if you guys don't know, Emerald is where you start to be able to team cycle. So if you are not an Emerald coach, you are only making money off of commission, which is great. Commission is amazing. And I'm going to break that down for you in terms of my own income. But commission is limiting you. When you hit Emerald and you start to build a team and you start to rank advance and you start to get builders underneath you, you're starting to build volume, which is where really the sustainable income gets and really where it becomes fun, because then, you're able to eventually make more because you are building a team of people that are changing lives under you, and it's not just you doing it. Okay. It's work smarter, not harder, kind of. So you're really spending more time pouring into your team and pouring into your downline than you have to just selling challenge packs. Okay. But you don't really see, personally, I don't think you really see volume until you get to Diamond. Emerald, you'll start to team cycle a few times, but because you only have, a couple coaches under you, you're not going to team cycle every single week or multiple times a week. Diamond is where you're going to start to see that residual team cycling happen. With Diamond, you're making $18 per cycle, which is a 1-to-2 ratio. So for every 100 you have on your weak leg to every 200 PV you have on your strong leg, that's one team cycle. So at first when I was starting, I was like, okay, $18 is not a big deal. Like it's $18. That's, whatever. But once you start to team cycle, and you're team cycling like hundreds of times, 100 times 18 is a lot of money. So you just have to be thinking like, okay, yeah, it's $18 of team cycle, but think about 18 times 2. Think about 18 times 5. Think about 18 times 10. And that's going to come as you start to build a team. And that's the most you can make on a team cycle. So as an Emerald, you're making $14. As a Diamond, you're making 18. And that is honestly a huge difference down the road. Okay. I believe Diamond is a 30-day goal. I hit Diamond in 3 weeks. If you guys don't really know my story, I started coaching December 1st of 2017. I had 500 followers on Instagram. I didn't have a transformation. I was actually 30 pounds heavier than I am now. I started as a coach and a client at the same time. Didn't have a transformation. Didn't have a social media following. Didn't have anything crazy, but I hit Diamond in 3 weeks. And I believe that should be everybody's goal. Diamond in 30 days. If we have Emerald in 24 hours, if you can find 2 people in a week or in 24 hours to help you hit Emerald, then think about Diamond as Emerald 4 times, okay? So if you hit Emerald, that's 1 person on each side. Now go hit Emerald again. Now you have 2 people on each side. Now go hit Emerald again. Now you have 3 people on each side. Now go hit it again, and you have 4 people on each side. That's the 8 coaches you need for Emerald, and then help 2 of them get to Emerald, okay? So if we're thinking about Emerald in 24 hours, which I think is something that a lot of us have heard, or we've been on trainings that are Emerald in 24 hours. If we're thinking Emerald in 24 hours, we should be like Diamond in 96 hours or whatever that math is, because it's just Emerald 4 times and helping 2 people get there. And so it's not complicated. You just have to be willing to do it. You just have to be willing to ask people, and you just have to have this fire and this passion in your belly for your own journey and your own health and fitness, and share that with other people. So if you are not a Diamond yet, 30 days from now, so end of April, you are a Diamond coach. So in the chat, I want you to put, I am a Diamond coach on April 30th. Okay. Every single person. I don't care if you're sitting here like, holy crap, that's scary. Yeah, it's scary. I was terrified. I didn't even know what Diamond meant, but Ashley said, hit Diamond. And I said, okay. So in the chat, type, I will be a Diamond by April 30th. Okay. It is a 30-day goal. You guys can do it. I believe in you. I know that you can. And then also Diamond it gives you credibility. So in this business, like, you want to have credibility. You want people to trust you. You want people to see that your business is moving forward. I went to High Performance Academy with Brendan Burchard, and he said, people back when you have belief, and people want to join when you have momentum. So when you hit Diamond, boom, there's your momentum, and you can ride that all the way to the bank, ride that all the way to the rank, and you're going to be able to be credible. Like, yeah, I have these coaches under me. I have these clients. I love the chat blowing up right now. I have these people under me that I'm helping them change their life. And that is going to help people trust in you. Okay. It's just giving you more credibility when you're a Diamond coach. All right. So look at being number 2 is a solid Diamond. So like I said, Diamond is 4 coaches on each leg. So it's 8 coaches total, and then 2 Emeralds. I like to make sure you're pushing for solid diamond because like I said, people are going to quit. People are going to go inactive. People are going to cancel their Shakeology. It's going to happen. And you just have to make sure that you are ahead of the game and you are staying on the offense and not on the defense. Because the second you get put on your heels and you get on defense, it's going to make it so much harder. So keep it on the offense. The way I like to think of solid diamond is 6 active coaches on each leg. So you kind of have like 2 people for a buffer, and then 2 emeralds on each leg. And so when you look at this, if you're making $18 a cycle, so this is where we're going to start to get into math. So if you're making $18 a team cycle and you're adding 5 coaches on your week leg, you're making $90 a month. Okay. Cause it's 18 times 5 is around $90. Now add 5 more coaches on that week leg, and then you are going to be making $180 a month. But this can come from any coach. So any kind of volume that's coming from your coaches is going to help you team cycle. So right there, add 5 coaches on your week leg this month, and your coach is probably, some of you guys might be in a weird placement, but most of the time your coach is helping you build a strong leg. So talk to your upline about kind of what your strong leg looks like. But adding 5 coaches to your week leg or adding 5 100 PV orders to your week leg is going to bring you in $90 a month. And then add 5 more, that's going to be $180. Like I said, this can come from any coach. So as your coaches are bringing on customers, you are making an income off of those customers as well, even though they're not yours, because they're bringing in volume to their coach, which their coach is now bringing volume into you, right? So when Pat was saying, you know, I'm like 7 levels below Pat, he's making volume off of my team because we are in his downline. Okay. So he is still like, volume is volume. We have this hashtag that we always joke around about, but hashtag volume is volume. It doesn't matter if it's your coach or their coach's coach or their coach's coach's coach. If they are working the business and they are changing lives, you are reaping the benefits of that in your income. Okay. So should you, this is something that I always get questions about. So should you be signing discount coaches? If you need to be solid or hold rank, yes. Okay. So if you are pushing for diamond, you should be signing discount coaches. If you don't know what a discount coach is, you're just signing up a customer as a coach so that they reap the benefits of 25% off their products. Okay. They don't have to sell anything. They can skip months or cancel Shakeology whenever they want, is what I always say. They just get 25% off their orders. All right. So signing them up as discount coaches is going to help you get to diamond because it still counts as a normal coach. It still counts as a coach in your downline. It's also going to help you be at solid diamond. So if you need to be a diamond or you need to be a solid diamond, yes, you should absolutely be signing discount coaches. If they ask you to save money, if they ask you to, you know, they want their Shakeology cheaper, or they say they can't afford their Shakeology every month, or they can't afford the pre and post workout or whatever products they want. And you can offer this option for them to save money and become a discount coach. So absolutely sign them up as a discount coach. If they don't want to, these 2 things. So if you're not trying to rank advance or hold a rank, and if they don't want to save money or they haven't expressed that they need to save money, do not sign up discount coaches. And here's why. Number 1, there's this amazing program called Success Starters. So with Elite this year, sorry, it's getting a little windy. With Elite this year, Success Starter is 25 points for your team. So that is huge. If you have one person, so say that I recruited Annie. Annie, your face is right below me, so I'm using it as an example. If I recruited Annie as a coach, and she hit Success Club in her first month, and then she hit Success Club in her second month, and then she hit Success Club in her third month, girl on fire, she's probably a diamond too, because diamond in 30 days, then she is going to earn the title of Success Starter, which earns you 25, like your team, 25 elite points, which is huge. And it earns Annie a free ticket to Summit, which is a game changer. Ashley and I were talking earlier, and Summit's like the Super Bowl of Beachbody. So like you got to get to Summit. And if you can earn a free ticket to Summit, that's even better. So, but if you signed up a discount coach and they are a discount coach for a couple of months and then they decide to work the business, they don't have the chance of earning Success Starter. So don't sign people up as discount coaches unless you need it for rank or they need to save money, okay? Also, looking at income, do you want to make $18 a month off their order in Team Cycle bonus? So if they order their Shakeology every month, they're a coach under you. You're not making commission, you're making volume. So you'll make $18 a Team Cycle off of their orders a month. Or if they're a customer, you're making 25% off their order. So if they are ordering Shakeology every month, then you are going to earn $32.49 a month with them as a customer. So you're going to earn more residual income with them staying a customer than you will if they're signed up as a discount coach. Okay. I hope that makes sense. But this is how I've always ran my business. I've signed up discount coaches when I have opened up a new business center and I'm pushing for Diamond in that business center, or helping my husband get to Diamond. But for the most part, they stay as a customer unless they express they want the discount, they express they need the discount, or I need it to rank advance. So I hope that makes sense. But let's talk about spouse, because like I said, helping Curtis, who's my husband, get to Diamond. My top tip for signing up your spouse, or signing up your spouse or parent or whoever on your weak leg, don't build them too fast, because you really want to load up your strong leg, because the point of having them on your weak leg is so that you can Team Cycle more often. You can use their account. They're at the very top of your downline. So if you sell a challenge pack, so if Curtis sells a challenge pack, then Curtis gets the commission from that challenge pack. And then myself, I get the volume Team Cycle from that challenge pack. So it's like double dipping in income versus just selling a challenge pack in my account. I'm reaping the benefits of the commission, but if I sell it down here, then I can get the volume up here. So my top tip is not to build them too fast. You want to load up your strong leg. So I want to make sure that you guys get strong in rank. You're not fluctuating, like you're not dropping Diamond, you're not dropping whatever your rank is because you're too worried about building your family member's account, or helping your family member build their account. You are really focused on, you are solid, you have some volume over there on your strong leg, because if you're starting to build that account, then you're not going to Team Cycle because you don't have any volume on your strong leg. So there'd be no point in building that account until you have some volume to reap the benefits of. So looking at these numbers, so this is legit how my downline looks. So Curtis is at the top of my weak leg, which is his strong leg is my right leg, but my weak leg is my right leg. So Curtis is at the top of my weak leg. My strong leg is my left leg. And then Curtis's weak leg is his left leg. And then his right leg is a strong leg. So those are labeled. When he or his coaches on his weak leg add 5 people to their organization, that's $180 a month in my business center, because it's Team Cycling here in Curtis, and then it's Team Cycling here in Kate. So you're double dipping, right? And then if you add 5 more people, and remember, this comes from any coaches. So Curtis's coaches, add 5 more, that's $360 a month, because it's Team Cycling in Curtis, and then it's Team Cycling in Kate. So you're double dipping. All right, number 4, looking at 2-star. So when I hit 2-star, in I think it was like a year ago. It was in March of last year. And then I opened my second business center in April. So the amazing thing about Beachbody, and I'm pretty sure it's the only MLM that does this, but you can replicate yourself. So I have another Kate Schultes under me. It's an exact replica of myself. So I have a Kate Schultes on Curtis's weak leg. So this is where it starts to get confusing. So just if you're confused, just listen and absorb the information as much as you can. So when you get to 2-star, you get to replicate yourself. So I open another business center that has its own coach ID, has its own coach online office. It's literally another coach. And you get to put that coach wherever you want in your organization. So I always recommend putting it on your spouse's weak leg. So I put my second business center on Curtis's weak leg, so that when I add coaches or my coaches add coaches to my second business center's weak leg, it is not only going to make volume Team Cycling in my second business center, but it's also going to Team Cycle in Curtis's business center and in my first business center. So now you're triple dipping, right? So adding 5 people on Kate 2's weak leg is $540 a month. Add 5 more people, it's $720 a month. And remember, this is any coaches. So my personally sponsored coaches or my coaches' coaches or my coaches' coaches' coaches, it doesn't matter. We are also really blessed with this compensation plan that we make money off of whatever level. Like there's lots of MLMs that, or network marketing companies that cap you out at like third level, which that doesn't even make sense to me, but they say like you can only make money off of the 3 levels below you. Where this business, you can make money off of the 100 levels below you. It's every single level. So it's a really, really cool thing. But obviously this, got Kate 2 to diamond, because like I said, diamond is where it really starts, y'all. So Kate 2 is a diamond. Kate 2 is adding coaches. Her coaches are adding coaches. Her coaches are changing lives and adding customers. And so you're team cycling in 3 different places. So that's where I say like 2-star gets fun. When I hit 2-star, I tripled my income. Like just like that. It happened pretty much overnight because I was still putting in the same amount of work. I was a full-time teacher. I was planning a wedding. I was coaching middle school basketball. I was commuting an hour one way. So I was commuting 2 hours a day. Like I wasn't a full-time coach always, but I tripled my income because of the compensation plan, because I opened up another me and I was able to put that me in my downline and be able to team cycle. Okay, so this is where I'm going to get really vulnerable with you guys and share my income and break it down in actual numbers, because I want you guys to see exactly what it looks like. So in January of 2018, so last year, this was my income. I made $2,400 and some change that month. So I had been this was like my second month of coaching. I made about $1,900 in commission, which was commission. It is subscription commission. It's Fast Start and Fast Start Plus. So signing up coaches, and then if you sign up 5 coaches within like the same 5-week period, you get another $100, which is really cool. So this is all commission. And I made about $560 off of team volume, matching bonus, just like my team. Okay, so that equaled that. Now, a year later, in January of 2019, I made about $5,501 in commission, but I made $11,000 in team. And like, you guys, this isn't just the month. This isn't the year. This is in one freaking month, which is absolutely insane to me. It kind of feels like monopoly money. But that right there, over $11,000 was from my team. This is from my team changing lives. This is from team volume. This is from that second business center. This is from, helping my team change people's lives so that volume team cycles, that $18, this is all multiple $18. So like break this down, $11,000, divided by 18, that's how many team cycles that happened in a month. So in January 2019, I made almost 17 grand. So looking at, this is how much I made in commission, this is how much I made in team in each month, let's look at the percentage. So this is how much I made in January, right? The 2,400. And then in January 2019, I made almost 17 grand. So looking at commission in January of 2018, it was 77% commission, 23% team, right? So I was working my butt off selling challenge packs. Like I didn't really have a team. I was barely a diamond. I hit diamond at the end of December. So I was barely a diamond coach. I was just starting to get working coaches. So 77% of my income was challenge packs. And I'm going to share with you like what Success Club points I hit in that month so you can kind of see. But only 23% was for my team, which 23% is pretty darn good. But, that's nothing compared to what it was this January. So this January, 32% of my income was commission and 67% was my team. So I was able to mentor my team and mentor, their coaches and then their coaches and their coaches, and diving into like, I think I have coaches in like my 6th level now, which is just like crazy to me. And it's so freaking fun. I'm like, I don't even recognize these names. Like I need to know everyone. And so that's where that 67% of my income is coming from, building a team. So this is where you guys need to be talking about coaching. You need to be talking about coaching in a way that's going to attract your tribe. When I started coaching, I started coaching to hold myself accountable I'm going to have to plug my computer in a second, but hold myself more accountable to make sure that I was getting a discount on my products and paying for my products and wanted to get my nails done every week. Obviously, that turned into a lot different why as I started to grow this business. But you guys don't have to have this crazy success story yet to talk about coaching. You don't have to have like an insane income progression to talk about income. If you make $50 off a challenge pack, what does that $50 do for your family? I had a post that has resonated well with a lot of people is when I was a teacher, we were living very paycheck to paycheck. And I remember like Curtis telling me that I needed to buy dog food. We were out of dog food. So I needed to pick up dog food on the way home. And I couldn't afford to buy the big bag of dog food. It's like what, $60? And I had to buy the small bag, which was like $16 because I didn't have enough money in my bank account. I was going to overdraft my bank account to buy dog food. And so when I was a brand new coach, I was talking about how this income allowed me to buy the big bag of dog food. Now I could pay for the groceries. Now I could not have to use my credit card to pay for gas. You know, there's like these little things that you have to think about that are relatable to people. Think about the things that we struggle with every single day financially and use that as your why to not struggle with those things anymore. Like now I don't really share my income as much publicly because it's not relatable, right? It's like honestly, if I saw someone share their income like this on social media, I'd be like, that's fake. Like it's not real, but it is. But I wouldn't believe it, right? You have to talk about the things that impact people. You have to tell stories. You have to talk about how, you know, this has changed your life. Even if it seems small, it's not. Think about that $18. What can that $18 do for you? That $18 would have helped me with my Starbucks habit that I had when I was a teacher, right? It's extra cash in your pocket. So this is why you have to be finding business builders. You have to be building a team. You have to get out of your comfort zone of signing up challengers and selling challenge packs and getting people in a challenge group. You obviously have to do those things, but you have to also find coaches. You also have to attract those people that want to work this business with you, whether it's for the community, whether it's for the accountability, whether it's to pay off student loans, debt, whatever it might be, and help them change people's lives because that's where your sustainable income is going to come from. So like I said, I was going to break down commission a little bit more because I think it's really interesting. So like I said, in January of 2018, I made about $1,900 in commission. And then in this January, I made about $5,500 in commission. So in January of 2018, I hit Success Club 54, which is amazing. In this January, I hit Success Club 98, which seems like a big jump, right? It seems like a huge jump. So I added 22 new people. There's a difference of 22 people right here, which means that it's $1,100, right? So like $50 a challenge pack equals $1,100. So if I am, this is supposed to say 1,100, not 1,000. But if I'm looking at this commission up here, 5,500, 1,900, like that's a few $1,000s difference, right? It's like over $3,000 difference. But if I'm saying, okay, well, of course you made that much more because you hit higher Success Club. No, $5,500, which is what I made this January, minus this 1,100 of 22 new people equals $3,500 in residual commission. So this is people that are continuing to up their bot account, people who are continuing to buy Shakeology, people who are continuing to stay on Energize and pre and post workout. These are people that you are coaching and they are still falling in love with their journey. So if you can keep people on Shakeology and you can keep them falling in love with the workouts, falling in love with the programs, getting them results, helping be their coach, you're not just a salesperson, then you are going to have this incredible residual commission that's going to happen. It's going to build every single month and it's going to build every single year. So that's just something really cool to note, that you want to keep people loving their journey. You want to keep people looking at, staying on their products as much as possible. Are people going to cancel? Yes. I always recommend giving them the option to cancel or skip, and signing up as discount coaches to save money if they're going to cancel. But you definitely need to try and keep them on, not only for income, but because we know it's going to help them get results, right? We know that our products work. We know that the things we use and promote work. So you need to make sure that they're using it. They're going to get the best results if they're committed to their journeys and they're using the entire system. All right. And then number 5, I just think this is fun to look at, but I haven't gotten here yet, but Pat always says, Kate, max out Morgan, because this is like what I want to do. I just want to get to the point in my business where I'm maxing out business centers. So as you get to each business center to 2-star, so like I said, when you hit 2-star, you get to open up another U, right? Well, when you get that business center to 2-star, you get to open up another one, and then another one, and then another one. So you can have up to 25 U's in your downline, okay? Which is like really cool, right? And when you look over here at the left, this graphic at Diamond, the potential weekly team cycle bonus per business center, you can only make $2,000 in team cycle only per week. That's a 6-figure income. But if you are team cycling more than that, like your team is rocking it out and you are staying at a Diamond coach, you're going to lose out money because you can only make $2,000. It's, you could be team cycling enough to make $6,000, but because you're only a Diamond coach, you would only be able to cap out at 2,000. So then 2-star, it's 4,000, and you look at 10-star, it's 12,000. And if you notice, after 10-star, 11-star, 12-star, 13-star, 14-star, 15-star, doesn't matter how much higher you go, it's still a cap of 12,000, right? So get to the point where you are, close to maxing out business centers, to the point where you're 10-star Diamond in every business center and you're maxing out 12,000 in each business center, like per week. This is per week, people. Like that's an incredible amount of income. That's an incredible compensation plan. And we are so lucky to even have like that potential. Okay. So looking at myths or my frequently asked questions, rank equals income. That is a myth. Volume equals income. I saw a coach share her income progression, and she was a 10-star Diamond, which is incredible. And at the time I was a 6-star. I'm a 7-star in my first business center right now, but I was a 6-star Diamond. She shared it, and she was making $2,800 a week, which is incredible. That is over $100,000 a year, right? But as a 6-star Diamond, so 10-star, making $2,800 a week. As a 6-star Diamond, I was making about $4,000 a week. So rank does not necessarily equal income, right? You can make more income than people who are ranked higher than you as far as like diamonds go, as far as levels go, all that good stuff. You're not capped out of that. If you were, it'd be a pyramid scheme, and we know those are illegal. So rank does not necessarily equal income, but volume does. So that's why you guys have to be pouring into your entire downline. You have to be like, know who your coaches are. Know who your coaches are. And I think we have such an amazing like team in that Pat is 7 levels above me, and him and I are friends. Like he knows who I am. He knows who my coaches are. He knows who my coaches are. He's looking at his downline. He's looking at what leaders in my downline, in my entire team can I pour into to not only help them see success, but also help your own business see success. You cannot build for rank and income. I think this is a myth. You have to rank advance in order to keep unlocking earning potential. So like I said, you max out at a certain amount. I'm just going to talk while I'm pulling out my computer charger. You have to rank advance in order to max out in business centers. So if you're sitting at Diamond, you're like, cool, I'm just going to chill at Diamond for the rest of my life. You're going to lose out on money because you're only going to be able to make $2,000 a week. And so you need to make sure that you are still developing leaders. You're still rank advancing your business. You're still helping your team hit Diamond and still helping people see incredible success with their business. Also, if you are on a dead leg, which is what I was technically on, I don't know if I can open this. I'm going to probably break it. Yeah, definitely going to break it. I'll just talk really fast. If you're on a dead leg, your upline doesn't really help build the leg you're on. You get to do both. So for me, I was on I'm on Ashley's fiance's strong leg. So she doesn't really build his strong leg because she needs to build the weak leg, because the weak leg is where she's going to start to make income. So I've never had volume on my strong leg that I could just like tap into. I've had to rank advance. I've had to develop volume on each side of my legs in order to create volume in team cycling. And then a myth, you should build for income or you should build for rank. So a lot of times we hear like, oh, you should go hit Star Diamond, or you should go, don't worry about rank, go for income, or don't worry about income, that'll come, you should be focused on rank. I think it's situational. So for me, I'm like highly motivated by recognition. Like it's embarrassing how highly motivated by recognition I am. So in the beginning, I was just focused on rank. I was just like, I'm going to crush rank. I'm going to just be a million star diamond. But then I started to dive into things like this, and I started to see, my coaches, my biggest goal for this year is to help as many coaches as I can see the financial freedom that I've seen. So that's like my big goal this year. It's not a rank goal. And which was like a big mental shift for me because I needed to figure out what motivated me. The freaking cool jackets we get when we hit Star Diamonds, like, yeah, they're really nice, but that's not why I started this business. I started this business because I wanted to change my life. I wanted to help my family change their lives. I wanted to have financial freedom. I wanted to be able to quit teaching. And so I didn't sign up as a coach to be a Star Diamond. I didn't even know what that meant, right? I signed up to be a coach for freedom. And I want to be able to help my team see that same kind of freedom. I want to be able to help my team who want to quit their jobs. I want to see my team be able to be financially free and not have to stress about bills. So I think you need to run your business and crush what motivates you. If recognition motivates you, then go for recognition. Go for rank. Go for, the shiny, go for the freaking jackets. They're super nice. Like they are. Go for what motivates you because that's what's going to be fun and that's what's going to attract your tribe. But you have to just remember why you started and remember that this is your business and you are the CEO and you get to run it however you want. So that's all I got.
Okay, you can plug your computer in before it dies. I'm going to read you a couple questions people had. And you guys can throw your questions in here real quick. Let's see. Wow, we got a lot of people saying they're going to hit diamond by April 30th. We got some. I like it. And I like the whole like emerald. Get yourself to emerald. Get yourself to emerald again. I like this thing right here, the 4 and 4, kind of getting yourself to diamond in the 30 days. Okay, so we got a question. Do you follow the BAT, like kind of just what you did over the last year when you were a brand new coach? Did you follow like a set thing as far as like a set number of invites you wanted to do? Like, did you kind of follow a BAT type structure, or just kind of more of like when you had time, kind of winged it? I think you're muted.
Sorry, there were children running around. So I still follow the business activity tracker, the Success Club tracker that Beachbody gives us. I follow it every single day. I still send invites every single day. When I was a new coach, I was sending 62 invites a day. So I did like the notebook method that I know we've like talked about before on team calls, but I literally just made 2 columns with different lines. There was 31 lines in a notebook, and you make 2 columns, it equals 62. And as a teacher, I did not go to bed until I sent 62 invites, until a single page of my notebook was filled with people that I've tried to change their lives. So I've always been a big proponent for inviting. I still, as a number 2 in the network, still sending invites every single day. And I think that's probably the most important part of your business. Besides getting results and focusing on your own journey, it's sending invites. So I didn't really follow like a tracker then. I was really just focused on inviting and just like showing up every day. But now I follow the Success Club system tracker that Beachbody's provided for us.
Love it. As a new coach, what is your best advice for getting people excited about coaching and truly mentoring them when you don't know anything yet? Laugh out loud.
Being excited about your own journey. Like I said, like when I started, I didn't have a transformation. I was 30 pounds heavier than I am now. I was just excited about showing up every single day. I was excited about drinking my shake. I was excited about I didn't know how my life was going to change, but I knew it was going to. So I was excited about showing up on social media. I was showing up every day. I was taking people through the journey. And I think that was the biggest, when I talk to my diamonds, my leaders that I have now, I was like, why did you sign up as a coach? And they're like, I just wanted to be your friend. And that's a lot of their reasons. I just wanted to be a part of the community. You looked like you were having a lot of fun and I wanted to be a part of that, And so I think you have to remember, why did you sign up as a coach? Why did you, what is your why? And don't just talk about like where you're at right now, but talk about where you're going. Like talk about like the success you're going to have and share that with your social media, even though it can be scary. So that's my biggest advice, is just like focus on yourself and be really excited about your journey and share that every single day.
What's the first thing you do with your new coaches? What's like the first thing you kind of have them do?
So I send them a getting started right email that says, it basically says, okay, this month you're going to sign up 3 people, which is them hitting Success Club. You're going to sign up 3 people and you're going to hit Emerald. And I have them send me a list of like their goals, like their big whys, their dreams, why they're starting this business. And when they send me that email, I send them another email with my like getting started right, my quick start training, which basically just talks about like inviting. It talks about social media. It talks about and then at the end, it has an Emerald and 24-hour call that's recorded. And so like they watch the Emerald 24-hour call and that's their next step. So they go hit Emerald, and then after they hit Emerald, we get on a one-on-one call.
Gotcha. So you set the goal for Emerald and hitting Success Club, and then you have like a training on inviting and posting on social media.
Yeah, the training is basically the Success Club tracker. Like I just kind of really break down the Success Club system tracker. And that's pretty much it. It's like a really quick, simple training that can take them an hour if they are ready to dive in.
See, Scott had a question on what kind of ratio you have with discount coaches versus signing up customers.
So when I first started, I mean, up until like when I got my second business center to Diamond, so probably up until like April or May of last year, it was like pretty much all discount coaches. Like I was at least offering it to them to be a discount coach because I was building my first business center to Diamond and to be a solid Diamond. I was then building Curtis to being a Diamond, and I was building my second business center to being a Diamond. So like I'm, trying to get solid, trying to make sure that people aren't quitting, going inactive. So constantly signing up discount coaches in that way. But then now I don't sign up any discount coaches like ever, unless I need it in order to rank advance. Because if you guys don't know this, in order to be like a diamond coach, you have your 8 people on each leg. Well, if you are rank advancing to star diamond, like 1 star, then you have to have a certain amount of active coaches on each leg. So like Curtis has 4 diamonds under him, but he is only in 2-star qualification because he doesn't have enough active coaches in his downline. So you have to think about that too. Like you can't just help people get to diamond and be like a coach that has 3 diamonds, but you're only a diamond because you don't have enough active coaches total under you. So look that up in your FAQs because I think it's super beneficial to remember, as well as like your PV requirement for diamond and above. And so right now, like I'm not signing really any discount coaches. My plan is to start signing discount coaches when my 3rd business center is I'm supposed to go into 2-star qualification, my second here soon. And like this week or next week. And so I'll open up my 3rd business center, which means I'll start to sign discount coaches in my 3rd business center to get that business center to diamond. And then, Curtis will be able to open up a 2nd business center. So then we'll build that business center. So like I'll start to sign up discount coaches soon, but right now I only sign them up if they, ask pretty much.
When you think about like the top coaches on your team, compared to like some of the other coaches that struggle a little bit, like what are some of the like the characteristics and like actions you see in the top coaches on your team?
Right. I mean, the top coaches on my team are getting results. They're focusing on their journey. They're getting results, whether, it's weight loss, whether it's like on the inside, whether it's, confidence, whatever it might be. They're focused on their own journey and they're getting results. They're showing up when they don't want to. So they're sending invites when they don't feel like it. Everyone is busy. Like busy is not your superpower. All of my top coaches, except for Sydney's a full-time coach, but all my other top coaches are teachers. Pretty sure every single one of them is teacher. I might be wrong. No, pretty sure every single diamond I have is a teacher. But like they're busy, like they're freaking busy and they have a lot of stuff on their plate. And like some of them are moms and like they've got a lot going on. So they're showing up when they don't want to. They're showing up when it's not convenient. that's where growth happens, right? And so there's that, and then they're inviting every single day. Like that's just a non-negotiable. They're inviting every day, and they're excited. Like I think that is the most important part of this business is you have to, because this business is fun. Like this business, it is not hard. Okay. This business is very simple, very, very simple, but it is very easy to overcomplicate. And this business isn't hard work, but it takes hard work. I feel like this business is like 90% mental. Other than that, like we get to play on Instagram and talk to a bunch of people and make friends and work on our health and fitness and help people reach their goals. Like that's freaking fun. It's not hard work, but it takes hard work. And it is simple to do the things, but it's also simple not to do the things. It's super easy to say like, oh, I'll just send double invites tomorrow, or I'll just send 100 invites on Monday and not send invites the rest of the week because I'm busy. Like that's not how it works. You can't eat 100 salads in one day and expect to be healthy, right? You have to consistently over time do the things every single day in order to, have that. So I think, these coaches are having fun with this business. They're consistent and they have belief. Like they have strong belief in what we have to offer and how it can change people's lives, even if it hasn't changed theirs yet. So.
Boom. And then one last question. So unbelievable that you got now 6 levels deep in your team. Is there anything you started doing kind of like a year into the business or 9 months into the business that really started to help you, not just help your coaches hit Success Club, but help your coaches create successful coaches of their own, and then so on and so forth?
So I run like downline wide calls. So every Tuesday, with usually during this time, I have an Emerald takeover call, which is like an Emerald mastermind that's open to my entire downline. So anybody that's an Emerald, it doesn't matter if it's my coach or my coach's coach or my coach's coach's coach or their coach's coach. If they're an Emerald in my downline, they're invited to that call, and we just chat about like what's working, what's not working, what are they struggling with. Sometimes I'll do like a mini training. They're like 30 minutes. And it's super awesome because I'm able to connect with those people because there's over 1,000 coaches in my downline. Like I can't possibly know every single one of them personally, but if they're jumping on these calls with me and they're reaching out to me if they need help, or, I'm connecting their face, whatever, it's easier for me to cheer them on, recognize them for their support. I'm really close with a few of like my coaches. And so helping them see success, I think it just trickles down, like I think if you're leading from the front, it just continues to trickle down. It doesn't have to be complicated. And then also I have a diamond mastermind. So the same kind of thing. If you're a diamond on my team, Wednesday nights, we connect for like half an hour and chat. So I have 13 or 14 personally sponsored diamonds out of all my business centers. And then there's like, there's probably 5 diamonds that are not my personally sponsored that are like my coach's diamonds. And I think that's, like 7 or 8 actually, because City's a 5-star alone. So like 7 or 8 that are in my downline. So we all they're not just my coaches, they're all getting on this call and we're able to like collaborate, and it's just fun. Like it's exciting to be able to build a community around not just your people, but like your people's people. And I think you just have to be aware, like you just have to like recognize people that aren't necessarily your coaches. If you see people crushing it on the Success Club board that you're like, I don't even know who that is, but they're on my team somewhere, like figure out who they are and reach out to them and like cheer them on and just tell them, like chances are they idolize you. Because like for me, when Pat reached out to me for like the first time when I was a new coach, I was like, oh my God, Pat Reelman's talking to me. Like I was like, what is happening? This is so cool. Because I knew he was like way above where I was at. He had been a coach for forever. And so I was super excited for like his mentorship. And now I'm just like, cool, it's Pat. He's just a normal dude. Like, and it's the same way like with me. Like I get people that are like, oh my God, like I can't believe you know who I am. And I'm like, of course I know who you are. Like I'm just a normal person. And I think you don't realize like who all is looking up to you until you actually reach out to them and you like dig into like just being their friend and like connecting with them. So
did you have I feel like I heard you say one time you had like a scaredy cat list or like a list of people that you were like scared to reach out to that you
Oh, my
swapped
chicken
on
list.
Instagram, and you knew that they would be great coaches if they got into this?
Yeah.
What did you
My
like?
chicken
What did you call that list? And then like, how would you teach your coaches to reach out to those people? Because I know we all have
Right.
those people that we'd love to reach out to and work with. We just are afraid to.
Yeah. So I called it my chicken list.
Chicken.
And yeah. I'm pretty sure I read it in the book Get Over Your Damn Self. Pretty sure that was like one of the first PD books I read, and I'm pretty sure she calls it her chicken list too. But I basically, like, if I see someone, and it can be like a social media influencer, it can be like my best friend from high school, it could be like anybody that I think would rock this business, but I'm like scared to reach out to, they go on my chicken list. And so now with a cool feature that Instagram has, if you go to like someone's post, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's like a flag. You hold that flag down, it saves to a collection. So you can create collections and you can save people's posts. So if you come across someone that is super awesome on Instagram, maybe they're like a friend or a friend of a friend or a social media influencer, and they're not a coach, you can actually save their posts to a collection that I say like potential coaches. That's like my collection. So I save these people's posts to that, and that becomes my chicken list. So then I'm able to reach out to them, and like you guys just have to like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like send them an invite to your coaching info session or send them an invite to your challenge group. You just have to get over yourself, because Sydney Thompson was on my chicken list, and I was like, this just makes me laugh so hard. But I was like a fangirl of Sydney. Same with Michaela Vardalakis. I was like total fangirl. Like they had a really awesome following on social media as far as teachers go. They had like a teacher account. I was like super inspired by them in the teaching world. And they were both on my chicken list, and they both told me no like 6 times before they ended up signing up. Sydney actually told me she was allergic to Shakeology, that she went on her stories and talked about how much Beachbody sucks and coaches need to stop reaching out to her. And I still reached out to her, and now she's a 5-star. And it just like makes me laugh. Like you can never like cut people out. Like just build relationships and ask anyways. The worst that can happen is they block you, which has happened to me before. But you know, like you just have to like think about how much it would suck if you came across their page and they went and signed up with someone else because you were too afraid to ask them. Like I've had 2 people from high school. I ran high school track against them. I've always thought they would be amazing at coaches, but I was really scared to reach out to them because I was like worried about their opinion or worried about whatever. And I've come across them and they went and signed up with someone else. And it's like the biggest dagger in your stomach when that happens. And one of them, I actually reached out to her, was like, oh my God, who did you sign up with? And she told me, and she's like, I was actually just super inspired by your posts, and I started researching it, and she reached out to me at the right time. I'm like, cool. So I inspired you to sign up as a coach, but you signed up with her because she reached out to you first. And that's just how this business works. So you guys have to remember, like, if you don't ask, someone else is going to. So like, you just have to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send it. Just, you guys know that video that's like, just gonna send it? It's like the guy with the snowmobile. If you don't know it, you gotta look it up on YouTube. But I always think about that when I'm like scared to send an invite. So you just have to get over yourself. I know that with Mackenzie Taylor, who's a coach on my team, I told her, you're on my chicken list. I was like, okay, look, I never do this. And I'm like super nervous about it, but I wanted to reach out to you because I would hate myself if I didn't. Like, would you ever be interested in doing what I do? Because I think you'd be amazing. Like, I was just totally honest with her and was like, this is, you know, scary for me, but I think you'd be great. And she's a diamond coach on my team now. So you just have to think about, like, if you don't invite them, someone else is going to. And if you are too scared to invite them, then just send me the list of names and I'll invite them and put them on my team.
You kind of answered the last question there. They were wondering like what you said to Sydney after she said no, like the first time.
Yeah, I just like, well,
like, and then like Kelly just asked, like, curious what you say when you invite a person over and over to coach. I feel like after 2 coaching invites to a person, I don't know what to say.
So I don't really like necessarily
like have humor with them, and you kind of like joke around with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am always like today I have invited this person for 9 months, like every month for 9 months, and she's seen every message but never responds, and she watches my stories every single day. And so I sent her the message that said like, hey girl, I see you still watching, with like the eyes emoji. And I'm like, why haven't you joined me yet? And she sent back like, ha 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 ha, like, dang, I've been caught, or something. Like, you know, your tribe is going to laugh about it with you. And still, even when I send that message, some people still ignore it, but they watch my stories every day. So I just have fun with it, because the worst that can happen is they block you. Like, and then you know they're not interested. So if they don't respond, they're getting another invite. Like, it's just how I roll.
Right. And they keep showing up to your store. You know,
Yeah.
they keep showing up to your Instagram story, which is our storefront. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter how many times someone walks through your storefront into your store, like, you got to greet them. You know, you got to ask them if there's something you can help them with. If someone walks through your store and you ignore them, you know, after like the 9th time, like, you're probably, it's not going to work out so well.
Like, and I don't really invite to coaching directly. So Kelly, just kind of like to talk to that. I invite to like my info groups, like my info sessions, like if they want to join my free info session to see what it's all about. But I personally don't like send multiple coaching invites, but I will send them a challenge group invite. Like if they ignored a coaching invite, or they like were interested but then like didn't really go through with it, I'll invite them to my challenge group. If they have never gotten a coaching invite and they've just been getting challenge group invites, they best believe if they're still watching my stuff, they're going to get an invite every month. Like, they're just going to keep getting them until they either respond or block me or unfollow me. So.
Love it. Where's the top 10 trip going to be?
For Bora.
For Bora.
I'm going to have to get over my fear of flying, because that's a long flight.
We're all going to join in your suitcase.
That'll be fun.
It's crazy. Now there's 3 coaches on Team Boom in the top 10. I don't know if there's any other team in the network that has 3 coaches in the top 10. I don't know if that's ever been done. That's insane.
Pretty sweet.
And I don't know if anybody in Beachbody history, as far as I know, that has had as big of a first year with coaching as you did. So round of applause, Kate, for setting the bar. Unbelievable first year. So excited to see what happens the rest of this second year. You're already off to a huge start at number 2 in the company. So thank you so much for getting on this call, taking the time to share with us. We'll all see you at Summit coming up here soon. Where are you going for Super Saturday in a week and a half? I'm
speaking in Phoenix. So if anybody's close to Phoenix, also spoiler alert, you'll see my face on the Super Saturday video wherever you are. So take a picture and tag me when you guys see it.
Love it. All right, guys, we're gonna do a little boom on 3 here, so you guys can unmute yourself if you want to give Kate a big boom to show her how much we appreciate her taking the time to share with us. All right, guys, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Boom!
Thanks, Kate. Love it. Thanks, Kate.
Love it. Thanks, guys.